Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
That yell stuff, that yell leader stuff is the weirdest crap I've ever seen. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen another human do.
I'll tell you what's really weird, too, is
Maybe
watching
I'm
them
sheltered.
practice. They practice before the games outside the stadium.
If that was happening out front of Circle K this morning at 5:40 or whatever when you're coming in here and you saw that happen, you would call the authorities.
Every time I see it, I expect people to start drinking Kool-Aid and just falling out. I mean, it is nuts.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know, when I left the studio yesterday, I knew that perhaps we had not done the best show we'd ever done.
What?
And I knew I was not at my peak. I'll put it that way. Second day back from vacation. But, you know, I put it behind me. Everything's fine. Walking here this morning, Bart.
Okay. Did you sleep okay?
I slept fine.
Okay,
I slept like a baby, forgave myself, moved on. And walk in this morning, and Bart's got a bag of breakfast. He's got whatever it is for everyone. McMuffin.
Yeah.
And it's like, Bart, what's the deal? You brought breakfast. He goes, well, we weren't very good yesterday. So I wanted everyone to have a nutritious breakfast this morning, and we could get off to a little bit better start. Yeah. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, maybe, well, you know, in a manner of speaking.
I was actually offended.
You know,
Well,
who does this guy think he is?
Yesterday was kind of busy after the show. All I heard was, the issues other shows were having.
Is the app working?
I thought we did fine.
Can you hear me?
Now, Monday, I was a zombie in here. Yesterday I felt pretty good. And today, I got in here and I was just ready to go, and then my confidence was shattered by a McMuffin.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
I didn't know a McMuffin could shatter your confidence like that.
Well, let me tell you, I didn't know a McMuffin.
I was like, dang. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even touched it yet because I lost my appetite when you explained why you brought it.
I know. Now, if he'd said something like, things have been going so well, I just thought I had a little extra time. I thought I'd stop and get everybody breakfast. Now, in his mind, he could be thinking, now, you guys, bring it today.
You know what I was thinking? Hey, man, how about a little less time at McDonald's and some more time on the damn show notes?
Here we go. Babe. There we go. Thank you, Bart.
This is what you get for doing something nice.
No, what I was going to say was I had no idea how a McMuffin could bring a man back to life. Because I'm just going to tell you, I wolfed mine down moments ago, and I feel like $1 million. I really do.
See?
So thank you, Bart.
See?
Thank you.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Get to snack it over there.
That's right.
Servant leadership. Get to snacking. What does that mean on the slang-o-matic?
Yeah. That's pretty good right there.
By the way, I barely read this last night.
Oh, it's funny.
But we have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to let you know that the real reason I didn't come in today was because I had my midterm.
I thought he was sick. You talking about Jackson, the intern?
He confessed to you?
Yeah.
I did not receive any.
He confessed.
Confessional.
Wow.
I texted Edward, but
we have a
wasn't
lying
sure.
situation.
So
I texted Edward, but I wasn't sure if he let you know. Wanted to make sure I get a good grade on it.
here we go.
You want me to read the text I received?
We're going to have to hold that one over his head.
right.
All right, this is the text Edward guy. This is so funny.
Jackson, the intern, was on vacation. And
yesterday.
This is the second time, which, it's summer. He's
a college kid.
College kid. He should be going on vacation most of the summer. And anyhow, he comes back from his second vacation. And the first one, he was sick the day after. The second vacation, he was sick the day after.
Yeah. Those vacations will get you.
5:16 a.m. I receive a text.
Tuesday.
Yesterday. I'm going to end up staying home today. I'm not feeling well. Oh, I guess he says here. And I have a midterm today.
Oh, okay.
I will be there Thursday, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I missed the
it
midterm
was
part.
be-
Yeah.
it was
But
better if
but
you
the
just
leadoff
omitted
was
that.
with the sick.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell them that's in the text. We're going to tell them that you told Everett you were sick, and then you told me you had to
Really?
make a good grade.
Exactly.
Which
What's
is
the
it?
story?
Yeah.
And,
What's the story?
And if you get a bad grade, is it going to make you sick again?
That's right. And how do you get sick on
Not gonna
vacation?
feel well.
I mean, it's.
Well, I know how I do it.
Well, but generally by the time you get back, you're through with that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're actually sick. Right. It's like a professional athlete having food poisoning.
Right.
It's
Who has food poisoning?
Well,
That was yesterday's
yeah,
show.
it was.
So this thing's good? I didn't get to eat it before
well,
the show.
it was
I
the
mean,
spirit in which it was given.
yeah.
Sometimes you've got to take things in the spirit in which they're given, and
I'm still a little confused by that.
Well, but it was good, Bart. It was good. I enjoyed my Egg McMuffin, and
Last time I'm bringing breakfast around.
if the program's lousy today, nobody can blame you.
Nothing says you sucked yesterday like a McMuffin this morning.
That's right. That's exactly.
Just
If it'd been a
that's
good,
the new McDonald's slogan.
hey, if we have a good,
Yesterday sucked.
if we have a good show,
Start
can we
today
have
better.
kolaches tomorrow? Will you bring kolaches tomorrow if we do better
Hell
today?
no, not
Ice
the way
cream?
y'all are
Can we have
talking.
ice cream? Hey, by the way, we've gotten the first what's wrong with your app? What's wrong with your audio text?
There you
First of many. I'm sorry.
I would just like to say, if you're having trouble listening, just search Chuck and Bo Show on YouTube or Twitter.
Yeah,
and
how
you
do
can
you resolve
stream
this?
the show live there.
Okay.
Very simple. Just please go do that.
You can drive down the road and still listen, even
yeah,
though you
that's
might
right.
actually
Just
be
pull it up on your
watching the
phone.
picture.
Yeah.
That's the full-time backup plan.
Yeah.
Just make it your
YouTube.
primary plan.
That's kind of my point.
yeah, just make it your primary.
That's
plan.
the full-time
Go to
backup
YouTube.
plan.
Subscribe
Always-
to us on
Yes,
YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, please do.
You want to start our own app? We need to just do our own app.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, whatever. Can you get that done by, I don't know, Wednesday next week?
Probably not, but
I mean, there's engineers all over the world.
well,
There are.
Somebody can do it.
You could probably do it with AI now. You can program anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll leave that to you guys.
okay, great.
You youngsters.
You guys can handle that.
Did you guys watch the All-Star game last night? Anyone?
not a
Anybody?
second.
Anyone in the room?
I'm going to be
I
really
didn't-
honest.
I didn't watch
forgot,
a second.
I forgot it was happening.
I didn't even know
too.
it was on.
Yeah, that's the way I was.
I didn't even.
Major League
I
Baseball
totally
has the worst
forgot.
marketing plan in the history of
Marketing
everything.
plans.
Yeah, like how do you not know that the All-Star game's happening? I always know when the NBA All-Star game's happening. I even know when the NHL All-Star game is happening.
I don't know
because
those either.
There's people talking about it. I had no idea.
The players don't take it seriously, so I don't either. I just don't even pay
Yeah.
attention. I did last night at one point in my travels across the internet. I did pick up that the National League was ahead 6-1, and then I get in here this morning and I turn on the computer, and I guess they had a swing off, like a putt off. I didn't see it, but it was tied and they had a swing off, and Kyle Schwarber swung better than everybody else. And the National League,
What?
That's what it was called. They swing off. I saw it on ESPN.com.
You're not wrong.
I am not wrong.
You're not wrong.
So
Maybe that was part of their marketing plan.
Well,
we'll call it a swing off.
I got to be honest. If I would have known that was happening,
Well, yeah.
I would have watched it.
Yeah. Well, they.
That's an actually great idea.
It's terrible idea.
No, it's
a
like penalty
terrible
kicks.
idea. It's horrible.
If you don't watch any of a soccer match and they tell you they're in penalty kicks right now, Bart texts you, oh, they're in penalty kicks, whatever. Give me a soccer match, like a
Real Madrid, Barcelona.
boom. Hey, they're in penalty kicks. I'm in
really?
immediately.
Good Lord.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it's the best 3 minutes in sports besides the Kentucky Derby.
That's two.
Well, if we had a jockey race, it would be 3. if the jockeys were running, it would be
4 or 5.
Yeah, it'd be at least 3.
They wouldn't make it.
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't let
Whoever
them go
could
that
make it
far.
around
They'd
wins.
be falling out.
Yeah, they certainly would.
Oh
they
man.
certainly would.
Well,
I did
I
s-
didn't know. So who won? Because that's
The National League won the swing off.
So do we
National-
still have playoff
the National
implications
League
on
won
who wins?
6-6.
No, they did away with that a few years ago.
thank
I
goodness.
have picked up that nugget along the way.
Yeah, well, that's good.
And, I'm going to tell you, when I was a kid, and I'm not the only one, and I'm not going to get off on these when I was a kid kind of deal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, maybe I will. But people my age know that, it didn't used to be like this. And they wonder why nobody pays attention. They have They've just thrown out the door people my age. The only people that pay attention to baseball anymore are people my age. And they've marketed it to people like Edward's age who could care less. I mean, absolutely, it's no interest whatsoever. And then you have people like Bart saying it's the worst marketing plan ever, and he's right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where we are with them. But the swing off is
Get
a
off
move.
my lawn.
Yeah, well, yeah. The swing off, I like that. I like that idea. Just maybe I'm in between. Maybe they can find some tweeners.
Well, maybe.
You know, some of us that are not really willing. Do you watch a whole Cardinals game? Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch a whole game.
Yeah, I watch the whole
Probably.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not flipping around?
I mean, I'm not saying during the commercials I won't like.
But you're in the game.
I'm in the game.
Yeah.
I can tell you what the score is, probably who's coming up.
I think that's pretty rare.
Probably so.
I really do. Well, that's part of the problem.
Maybe I need to get.
How long does it take to play a regular major league game right now?
About 240,
Average.
245, 250.
That's not too bad.
It's
They've
down under
picked
3.
up. They've picked up the pace significantly.
The one
because of
thing
the
they
pitch
did
clock.
do that was good, and I will admit I was not a fan at the time, but the pitch clock is shortened games. If that was the objective, they've achieved the objective. I don't know that it's made the game better or worse, but they've
a lot of pitchers
shortened
getting
it.
injured.
Yeah.
A lot of pitchers getting injured all the time.
Is that why?
Yeah,
Is that
I
your
wonder.
theory?
I wonder. I mean, you're throwing the ball repeatedly quicker than you used to,
I think it's because they throw as hard as they can on every
but I
pitch
think
now.
it's more that.
Do you like the Derby, the new format of the Derby, the home run Derby, with the pitch number and the clock? So they're having to swing repeatedly, and the pitches have to come much quicker, and you can't even see the ball traveling.
No, I
I'm
hate
not
it.
either.
10 outs. You get 10 outs. Hit as many home runs as you can
Remember,
with 10 outs.
The best part
Period.
of the Derby was hearing Berman go back,
That's right.
Right. And now it's like, and now you got
none of that.
37
Carl
launch
Carl
angle.
Ravage. Well, that was a 37-degree launch angle. That's another home run. And here's
And you never see the ball.
right.
They got a split screen.
Yeah.
And
it's,
now
it's a terrible production.
And now the BP pitcher is the guy that has, like, you see the most.
Yeah.
You see more of the BP pitcher than you do the ball.
yeah.
Wow. I had no idea we were going to get into this today. We are all up in Major League Baseball today.
Well, they deserve it.
We've given it the 10 minutes all summer that it
That deserves.
has earned.
It just happened.
That's
it just
right.
happened today.
That's right.
Have a flight by Yingling and go back and watch the swing off last night.
I do miss Berman saying back, 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 back. That was a whole
Well,
lot
we
better than 37-degree launch angle and, you know.
I
mean,
miss. Well, let's just talk about
109-mile
how about
exit
we,
velocity.
How about we talk about? I miss everything about Chris.
There's
Berman.
nothing colorful about it
I miss
anymore.
Sports Center being what Sports Center once was.
I do too.
With Olbermann and Dan Patrick, Berman. I mean, those were the glory. That was the golden years of
really was.
sports
It was.
news
Now you
television.
can't turn on ESPN without seeing either Stephen A. Smith or Pat McAfee.
I want the days of the Sports Center loop in the morning when you knew
Yeah.
at 9:20, 10:20, and 11:20 they were going to show these highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, you just knew.
Yeah,
You
so if you missed the,
That's
if
right.
you couldn't go back.
That's
you couldn't,
right.
You couldn't record
There's
it.
no
Couldn't put it in your
rewinding.
library on YouTube. None of that fast forward stuff. You had to catch what you
That's
missed
right.
at that time an
That's
hour
right.
later.
That's exactly what we all did.
Now the Chuck and Bo Show can be caught on demand though.
That's right. You can go
Via
back and
podcast.
Listen however you
Via
want
YouTube.
now. It's
Yeah.
different now.
Yeah. So you miss a minute, you can go back and find that minute. Spotify.
There was
Apple,
a time we could say, you miss a
YouTube.
minute, you miss a lot. You know, that was one of the great radio
Yeah,
phrases back in the day. You can't use that anymore.
Yeah. There's multiple reasons why that doesn't exist anymore. There's no fear of that. 6:15. Good morning. Chris in Fayetteville. You're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
It's going to be a tough slog from now till the end of time.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, it wouldn't be so painful if I wasn't so smart. I wish I was dumb like everyone else. Wouldn't it be great if I were just dumber?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, this is good.
It is good.
I'm not lying.
I'm
in the middle of
That's
crafting
okay.
an Instagram post at the same time about Bart saying we sucked yesterday.
Well,
And
if we sucked yesterday, then
and he wanted to make it better with an egg McMuffin.
and it would,
A
and it's
sausage egg
worked.
McNuggin.
It's worked. I feel better already. I mean, not as good as like
I'm not gonna lie. That's the best one I've ever had.
I felt the same way.
Like when you brought it in, I was like, like I'm not eating that for breakfast. That's the best one I've ever had.
He ate it in about 4 bites. That's the same way I did.
And I ate almost all of it,
I mean, I wolfed mine.
which I normally don't do either.
Devoured.
Either. Yeah.
Devoured it. Hey, Arch Manning, what about that? You have a scrum about it?
What about it?
Did you see that scrum
Yeah.
around him yesterday?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
It really is.
That's
I
another.
thought the same thing
That's
yesterday.
another thing. That another reason I don't like going to media days. And
I
I don't want.
know.
I don't want to sound like I'm above it. This may not sound very well good, but it's true. I'll just be honest with you. Like, I got to a point at these things where I was kind of embarrassed to be there. Like, we're all in this together. Like, you're a professional. You do what you do. I do what I do. But it's like we're following. It's like hero worship. It's just like, what are we doing? It's just like, the
I thought
idea
that,
of
yeah.
him walking
I will
and all
admit.
these people, like, I'm going to get my phone over here, and I'm going to get a video of him getting out of a van.
I know. I thought
For
the
what?
same thing yesterday. I thought, gosh, that guy's like 60 years old, chasing that 20-year-old kid across the
Maybe
tarmac.
it says a lot about us, like, and not in a good way. But I just don't.
thought, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not. I'm just not.
I don't know, man. That's just, I can't believe I revealed that, but it's true.
Well,
I'm just telling you the truth.
no, I understand. Well, here's the thing about Arch Manning. He may turn out to be the greatest thing since Peyton or Eli or whoever. He may be better than all of them. But he hadn't played yet. At least, the snaps that he's taken have been minimal. I mean, he's not been the starting quarterback yet. But it's like
Spurrier.
It's like
What'd
the best
Spurrier
player in
say?
the league. Well, I said if he was so good, how come they kept playing Quentin Ewers and he's a 7th-round pick?
I mean, look, he handled himself from what I saw.
He's a great
really
kid.
well.
He's a great kid.
And-
Great family.
I mean, he looks like a kid. Some of these guys look a lot older. He looks exactly his age.
He does. That means you're getting older. When they look exactly their age, you're getting older.
Now, well, some of that's true, but I also see there's also guys that look a lot,
He has a fresh
like
face,
they're
no
20.
doubt about it.
I was
He
gonna
has
say,
that look.
Pavier looks like he's 26, and then I realized he is.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just- I forgot when we were talking about him the other day that he's in his 6th year. Is that right? Or he got a 7th year, a 6th or 7th year, the Vanderbilt quarterback, of eligibility. They filed suit for it and won.
Well, he spent some time at a JUCO, right? So he spent 2 years at JUCO, then 2 years at New Mexico State, and then a year.
2 years of Vanderbilt. What a deal.
Yeah.
The whole argument now is
quite a climb.
That basically JUCO years shouldn't count now that you have NIL opportunity. JUCO years should not count toward your collegiate eligibility. Is basically the argument that's being made.
Wow. Hey, I can remember when they first started passing out money, thinking that they will find every way conceivable to keep these good players in school as long as they can. And so I guess not counting junior college years as part of your eligibility is part of that. Now, if you go to junior college for reasons other than academics, I could see perhaps getting a certain amount of credit for that. But if you go to junior college because of academics,
You mean because your grades weren't good enough?
yeah, exactly. The idea that you're going to get those years back, I mean, that's I can't go with that.
Yeah, well.
But here's
I don't think it's going to matter.
Here's the thing about Pavi is that this is his last year to play football. I mean, this is not an NFL quarterback. I mean, I wish him well, and there's the United States League or whatever it's called, or the CFL, but he's not an NFL quarterback. Is my point. This is going to be his last year making real money playing football.
United States League.
That's
I
what
really
it's
enjoyed
called.
that.
The USFL, isn't that what it's called?
I think it's the United Football League now.
Okay. All right.
Well, do they still have the XFL or whatever?
Well, the USFL and the XFL merged into this United Football League.
Okay.
I believe.
Is Vince McMahon still involved?
I don't believe
The
so.
Rock is though.
The
Isn't
Rock?
He?
I think The Rock has some involvement.
Okay.
I don't know how
I'm
they're
unsure.
surviving on that.
They
Nobody's-
won't for very long.
Well, that's what we always say, and it's true. But I just didn't know.
There's a reason it's
what
never
was gonna
it's
be
never
different
survived.
this time around. Here's Arch Manning yesterday talking about his pops, granddad, Archie Manning.
Yeah, life advice. I mean, he texts all the grandkids every morning a Bible verse and a motivational text. So I hear a lot from him.
Is that like one group text, or are those separate texts he's sending to everyone?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of different. And he signs off his name. I'm like, I know it's you.
Ultimate old guy move right there.
They actually said that in the interview that's an old an old guy move.
It really is.
I like that, though. I like that. Can you imagine? Can we just put ourselves in this? Well, it's not possible. But just try to put ourselves in Arch Manning's shoes for a second. Your two uncles are Super Bowl champions in the NFL and larger than life media personalities now. They have their own production company. They do Monday Night Football. Your granddad is like the godfather of football. And this is the football family. Would anybody argue with that? That the Mannings
they're
are
football royalty.
They are the football family. And here you come along. I mean, what's it like with your cousins? Everybody else in the family. And I know he's gotten the best advice, and they seem like just wonderful people when it comes to, how to handle everything. But like, I can't imagine being in that spot. And maybe it's like I said, we can't relate to it, and so it's just a different mentality, and there's not undue pressure and all this stuff. But to me, that's just sort of fascinating.
I know what we watch on television is not always real life, and as we found out along the way in our lives, sometimes people aren't as they appear to be on TV. But when I watch the Mannings, from Archie to Peyton to Eli, even to the Archie's dad Cooper. Or Cooper, as they say in Mississippi. There is a humility there, and I believe it's sincere. And my guess would be that their family life, when the doors are shut, now obviously their activities are a little bit different from ours. When they go to work, it means hopping on a private jet and going, across the country. For us, it's getting in the car and driving 10 minutes. So there are differences, but I'll bet there are a lot of similarities too.
I bet you they do a fair amount of just doing things that, even though they could hop in a jet every time, I bet you they don't.
Well, I'm sure there's more normalcy there than we realize.
That's what I mean.
They drive their own car.
Yeah. Well,
lots
very nice one.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
But speaking of private flights, if you'd like to take one, you want to go on a special trip, you got a destination that you can only be there for a day, Jet Aircraft can get you there. Maybe you're in business and this is what your work requires, and you need private flights to get to multiple places in a day. Ask about the Jet Card. But when you use Jet Aircraft, you just go to Drake Field, you pull right up to the airport or right up to the plane on the tarmac. They valet your car. They detail it while you're gone. They've got everything on board, any drink you can imagine, food, catering options, all of that stuff, and luggage for up to 9 people. So if it's a golf trip, everybody's taking their golf bag, you have plenty of room for that, suitcase, whatever you need. Jet Aircraft can make your trip a memorable one and exactly what you want it to be. And if you're not in Northwest Arkansas, they'll come get you wherever you are. JetNWA.com is the website. That's Jet with 2 T's. JetNWA.com. Take a private flight today in honor of Arch Manning.
There we go.
There you go. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, guys, you hear us talk about the Sweat 'em Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show. You've got your summer lineup set, but what about your skincare? Sun, sweat, and all that time outside takes a toll. Hit up the spa at Sweat 'em Cosmetic Surgery for a facial or sun damage repair. It's not just for the ladies, guys. Call 479-966-4174. Again, that's 479-966-4174 and get your skin in the game.
With rainy season here and summer just around the corner, make sure your gutters are ready. Hogcroft Gutters, locally owned with over 30 years of experience, does it all. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drain. Fully licensed and insured with a 20-year warranty on every job. Serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. And for a free inspection, visit hoggutters.com. That's hoggutters.com.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You need to run that tape back for me because that didn't happen. Don't come at me with that crap.
Don't come at me.
Yeah.
Not up in here.
Yeah. You must have your shows mixed up. Like, that didn't happen here, pal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cal's been he's been speaking a little bit. He's at the Rotary, Little Rock Rotary.
Yeah,
Club.
I saw that.
That's a fancy. That's
a big
gathering.
club. That's a wear a jacket to lunch club right there.
If you look, when you get to Little Rock, you need to have a jacket with you.
Well, you do. You always need to have a sport jacket with you.
Now up here, well, it's whatever, but in Little Rock, different. Like wear a jacket, and that's a sports jacket meeting.
That is a sport jacket meeting.
And Rex Nelson's up there interviewing Cal, and
that's when you
they're
know
talking
it's
about
big.
stuff. And we'll get to that part in a minute. But Cal had some. Everyone's being asked, how do you fix this stuff in college athletics?
Yeah, because this ties into what Sankey was talking about to me a little bit on Monday.
Which is
about how college sports is not broken, but it is strained. This, to me, is the biggest issue facing college sports right now.
If a kid transfers 4 times, is he going to graduate from that school? There's no way. You can't graduate. So now you're going to be done playing without a college degree. You have no ties to the last school you went to where they feel that you're from Arkansas, you played here, we're here, you're going to have opportunity. That's done. You're offered $55,000 in your first job, and you go, what? $55,000? Do I have to show up? Are they going to, you got me an apartment, right, or a car? I mean, I'm worried about mental health. Mental health. That, look, I've been poor, and you know what's worse than being poor? Coming across some money and then being poor again. That's the worst. That's probably why I'm cheap, because I'm not going back there. But So my thing is, and I've been pushing this, you can transfer once without penalty. Because you picked the wrong school, the coach lied to you, there was another player that came that you didn't know about, one time. And after that, you got to sit. Because what do you think they're transferring for? Somebody help me here. Why are they say it? That's it. It isn't because they're mad at this or that. I can extort you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going over here. If we cure that, I've been saying it for 5 years, no one listens to me. My dog, I call me, runs the other way. My wife doesn't listen to me. No one listens. If we cure the transfer rule, 70% of our problems go away. We can deal with all the other stuff.
He's 100% right. Yeah. And the scenario that he described at the beginning there about how kids, and look, we've had players here that are on their 3rd or 4th school. I'm not casting stones. We've done it. I thought Muss was a great coach, but we had players on that team. This was their 4th stop. And I know that's how the game's played now. But when you have a scenario in which a kid's been around 4 or 5 years, he has no degree, he's been 4 or 5 different places, he has no ties to any area, and all of a sudden he's 23, 24, 25 years old, and he's out there in the real world for the first time, he's been coddled and taken care of his whole life. That is a broken system. I'm sorry, it is. There may be money to burn, and everybody may be getting rich, and people may be watching it in droves. But if your mission is still to serve these kids, and it ought to be, it's a lot more broken maybe than we care to admit. But what he's talking about right there, in my opinion, and I'm kind of like him, I've thought this a long time too. If you fix the transfer portal, a lot of this other stuff will take care of itself. I'm not saying it's going to be magic, but transfer one time. Sometimes coaches do lie to kids. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes kids get to a place and they're not the kid the coach thought he was. Or sometimes it just isn't the right fit. One side's good, the other side's good, but together they're not good. That happens in life. You should be allowed to leave. But what he's talking about with holding it over people's heads, when we allow that to happen, we're failing. I mean, we are. We're the adults in the room. And that's the part of the system that's screwed up. If they'd listen to him and they do it like he says, I do think a lot of these other problems would go by the wayside.
That's life. look, things don't work out sometimes. You take a job, you sign a non-compete, and you're locked out of working in this profession, maybe as an executive, and you made the wrong decision. But there are provisions for that. And you having to sit out a year does not ruin your life.
No.
But it does make you have to think through and try to make the best decision possible. Right now, you don't even have to. Like, it's like this thing is so bass-ackwards. I don't know how we really got to this point where it's just open transfer season, because the combination, and we know this already, of it's free agency all the time, because you can just leave at any time for more money. And it's created a terrible situation for everybody involved, but we act like it's okay because there's so much money involved.
That's right.
And go look at everybody that's ever won the lottery. Okay, there are studies that indicate that 80-something% of NFL players within 3 years of being out of the league go broke. Money doesn't fix all the problems. In fact, it can create more, in my opinion, when it comes from an unnatural process.
Right.
Like if you walk up and hand a guy on a street corner $1.5 million, does that guy have a better chance with $1.5 million than the guy who worked the last 4 years for it? You tell me those are the same thing. They're not.
I see it already. Cal said something a minute ago. The only thing worse is having money, being poor, having money, then being poor again.
Mental health.
Guys, I mean, look, that's happening every day.
That's real.
I mean, that's already happening.
That is real.
That's already happening. And what's the really sad part about it is a lot of these kids know it. And so they're just going to live it up while they got it because they know it's not going to last forever. And they're okay with that. That's the most mind-boggling part to me about it, is some of these guys know exactly what they're doing. They are just running through this money. But that's what they're intent on doing. And I know schools provide services for these kids, men and women.
Educational.
Arkansas does
the
it.
money.
Yeah,
all that
Arkansas
stuff.
does it. All the schools do it.
The NFL has the whole symposium, though.
Absolutely.
It doesn't absolve.
Well,
It
that's
doesn't all
my
of a sudden
point.
fix it.
It doesn't sink in all the time. I mean, I went to class lots of times and didn't listen. I'll bet you did too. And
we don't even listen to each other on the show.
Exactly. Bart says things all the time, and I find myself repeating them.
Oh, well, we have a class, and everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. And but it's not. And what he's talking about right there, I think goes to the very heart of what's going on in college sports right now. I know he's a basketball coach, but you can apply it to every sport out there. The message is horrible. The lesson is horrible. But we're the ones doing it. We're the ones doing it. The administrations at universities are doing it, and we as the fans are demanding it because we've never been more entertained by college sports than we are right now.
I'm going to give you another one, coaches. Okay, and this all
fair
started with
enough.
coaches, and here's what I mean by that. So if you're a coach and you get one good contract, you've made it, right? Okay,
well,
you get that one extension.
If you manage it right,
yeah. Let's say you're making $2.5 million, and you have one great season, and what happens? You get a raise, maybe double that. Now, for that to happen, was it worth whatever it took to get there to change your family's life? So we've set people up, like when we had the whole Will Wade and Sean Miller and all that stuff going on a few years ago, which nobody even thinks about anymore because of where we are today. I mean, you think those guys cared? They were getting set up, man. They were getting the money they needed in that next contract for whatever. And we've made money the driving, and I know we can say it's the driving factor behind everything in life, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Everybody wants to have money, but this is the most unreasonable way, illogical way in college athletics to attain money than any other walk of legal life that I can think of right now.
Well,
I'm talking about the natural progression of
understand.
raises and jobs and how you get there and the work it takes. We have made money the thing. Like, we sit around as fans and we go, they're asking for more money. That's because we've made money the thing.
That's why we're in the SEC.
It just means more.
I mean, it's, and this is not new, but it certainly hit a crescendo that anything that drives revenue is good. There is no shame. There's nothing beneath us. If it drives revenue, I'm in. And that's kind of where we are right now.
Well, speaking of revenue, Chuck, if you want to go to Oaklawn, you got some chances.
I know.
Oaklawn is giving $100,000 in free play in July on Saturday the 25th from 6 to 10 p.m. 4 winners will be drawn every 10 minutes and walk away with $1,000 in free play. Plus, you can win up to twice on drawing night. Earn entries all month long in the 24/7 smoke-free casino. Get 25 bonus entries every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you're thinking about going to Oaklawn just to have some fun, Oaklawn.com. Check out all the details. And don't forget, they have the Oaklawn Event Center now. Always something going on with Headliner Entertainment. You can just go check the schedule out there. Great dining options, the beautiful resort, and the Forbes 4-star spa that is out of this world. There's nothing like it in our state. Hot Springs, think about it for a weekend. Oaklawn, Oaklawn.com.
They're all crazy. Yeah. And I don't mean that in a critical way. We got issues in this room. I'm going to be truthful about that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Why deal with the stress of commercial travel when you can fly on your schedule with Jet Aircraft? No TSA lines, no baggage claim, no waiting around. Just you and your crew flying in comfort and style. Whether it's a weekend getaway, a golf trip, or planning your football travel for the fall, Jet makes it easy. Seats up to 9 with a full bar, custom catering, and plenty of space. Visit Jet NWA for pricing and more. That's Jet with 2 T's. Hey, if you've been thinking about a new ride, now's the time to make it happen. That's because Chevy of Fayetteville is kicking off their summer drive deals with some of the best offers you'll get all year. Trailblazers starting at $23,000, Colorados from only $30,000, the new Equinox EVs from just $30,000. No matter what you're looking for, these deals are real and they won't last long. So don't wait. Head over to Chevy of Fayetteville today. Together, let's drive.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now, I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at Oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Does the show feel like it's always a friendly environment? I was going to say, just like
I guess it depends on which side of the fence you're on.
It's friendly. Sometimes you get yelled at, but it's still friendly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
See, I love that you went with Talladega Nights instead of Anchorman. I would have gone with Anchorman.
I would have gone
Stay
with
tuned
Anchorman.
for later in the program.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's 58 years old today. For my money, he's the funniest guy out there.
I love Will Ferrell.
I think he's the all-time funniest guy.
Maybe an acquired taste, but I'm in.
I
When you watch a Will Ferrell movie, and this is true of a lot of movies, but especially comedy, but when you watch a Will Ferrell movie, you go back and watch it 4 more times and find something
That's
new every time.
exactly right, and it's just as funny.
Yeah,
it's just as funny.
It's fantastic. By the way, Will Ferrell is 1 year older than Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is 57 today. Do you find that? He said,
Wow. That's a little bit depressing.
I don't know what you.
And he retired young.
Well, thanks for that fact.
Yeah.
I don't know what that fact was for, but thank you.
Yeah.
Is what I got out of
Jimmy
that.
Johnson's 82 today.
Wow.
82.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I feel like for the last 25 years, Jimmy Johnson has been the same age.
It's because his hair hasn't moved.
Is that what it is?
I
mean, he looks the same every time I see him.
It's the hair.
Well,
It's
his
the
hair got
mane.
white.
It's the mane, man. He's got.
It is remarkable.
It is. Hey, it is. Hey, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, is pretty remarkable, too. And if you are buying a home and you have them on your side, one thing I guarantee you is there's a pretty good chance it's going to work out exactly the way you want it to. They're going to help you find the home of your dreams. They know what they're looking for. And more importantly than that, they're going to listen to you about what you want. And then they're going to help make that happen. Maybe it's time to sell your home. You want to get every penny that you can get. I mean, that's just how it works. Work with a real estate professional. Work with the best train in the business. Work with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. They're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington, and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. And you can always log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
We got a big show lined up for you. Chris Lowe is going to join us from SEC Media Days.
That's good.
ESPN's Chris Lowe, Brandon Marcelo, CBS 24/7 Sports. Also a little bit later on the show today. And some more things to react to coming out of yesterday's comments.
Wasn't Hugh Freeze there yesterday?
Hugh Freeze.
Hugh Freeze. He looks tired and worn out. He looks beat already.
But he's trying to talk his way into feeling better.
You better watch out. He'll win more games people think.
Today we got Alabama, Florida, Mississippi State, and Oklahoma in Atlanta. And then Thursday, the last day, Arkansas is there. We're going to hear from Cam Ball on the show tomorrow.
That's going to be fun.
Right before they hop on their jet to Atlanta. Almost 7 o'clock here on Wednesday morning.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansans.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
As a play-by-play announcer, my eyes are everything. I need to see every detail on the field to call the game the right way. So when cataracts started affecting my vision, I knew I couldn't wait. I went to Dr. Betts and the team at McDonald Eye Associates. And truthfully, I wish I'd done it years ago. The difference is incredible. The whole experience was professional, easy, and honestly life-changing. If your vision's holding you back, take it from me. Don't put it off any longer. Schedule your appointment with McDonald Eye Associates today.
Hey, it's Bo. And for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank you all.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This is a bogus story. It's a clickbait article.
Well,
I didn't win any awards.
I don't know. Already a fan favorite across the national state, Barrett is now the undisputed national voice of college sports excellence.
Wow.
That is an actual fake news article.
There's a lot of that out there, but
it is total and complete clickbait.
Now, but here's the thing. Now, if we just follow the way of the world, we'll make it true.
This is the same place that reported my death.
Yes,
like
if you think
4 or
about
5
it,
months
how
ago.
remarkable is that?
Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know, I was looking at that clickbait website. That
Which
one? The one we were just talking about there on the intro.
Okay.
They also reported, I saw the very same site, reported that Josh Allen had paid off all of the student debt for the entire graduating class of the University of Wyoming. Not a true story, but it got a bunch of clicks. I also read where Dave Van Horn donated like 2 fully equipped buses to Razorback baseball in the aftermath of the World Series. Same website. Never happened. Never happened. But no, I'm telling you, this is what they do. These are clickbait websites, and they get you to click on there.
I got to find this site again.
I'll tell you what.
We just need to do a daily
Yes, I'm
digest
telling
of-
you, it's incredible, the stuff they
I
come
love
up
that.
with.
I love that you read it. That's the first.
Well, yes, of
Secondly-
course. It's like
secondly,
reading the Inquirer.
I love that it's positive. I love that they're positive lies.
Yeah.
Instead of negative lies. Like, see, this is we
Well,
can
I'm
help
sure
the internet.
there are some negative lies
Well,
out
I'm
there.
just saying, like, normally when you see this stuff, it's so provocative, like negative, right? It plays on the lower end of things.
It's all on Facebook because it's easier to fool us old people. I mean, that's the deal. It's true. But because I saw this story about Van Horn donating these 2 fully equipped buses. Oh,
That's
isn't
awesome.
that great of Dad? He loves the Razorbacks and all that. But it's totally made up.
That's so
And
good.
Josh Allen supposedly paying off the entire student debt for all his fellow graduates. Not true. Never happened.
This is a new idea for the show. We need to come up with a weekly story. We need to make up our own positive weekly story.
Dave Van Horn, the iconic
Here we
head
go.
coach
You
of
found it.
Arkansas Razorbacks baseball, has personally donated 2 top-of-the-line luxury buses to the program.
It never happened.
And the picture,
How do you know? Did you check?
The picture is of a Razorback bus with Eric Musselman on it.
The muscle.
Like you mean the transit bus?
Look at this.
Oh my gosh, that's not a luxury bus.
That's the one where
That's
is that
the
the one where
transit bus.
Hunter hops on and goes, "Let's
Yes,
go" or
yes.
something like that?
Yes.
Let's see
It's
what
the one where
Wait,
you can.
are you still here?
It's the one where you wait.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Just to be clear, it's where you wait at bus stops for. The one you wait at. That's the bus you wait at the bus stops for.
That's
you
the
can put
brown
your
route.
bike on the front if
That's
you
the
want.
brown
That's
route
right.
bus right there.
Apparently, the announcement was made just days before Super Regionals,
Oh,
so we all missed
okay.
it.
I missed the announcement.
In classic Van Horn fashion,
That's so DH.
humble, heartfelt, and jaw-droppingly generous.
Wow.
Here's a quote from Dave.
These things, I mean, they go the extra mile. They give you quotes and everything.
This program means everything to me. These players give it their all. I wanted to give them something back, something that says, you matter, your comfort matters,
Wow.
and we're going all the way together.
I mean, you can hear the clicks.
Wait, we have features. We have features for the bus. The custom wrap buses decked out in Razorback red feature everything you'd expect from a coach who expects excellence.
I don't understand this.
Executive style leather seating, recovery pods and built-in nutrition stations in the
Wow.
bus, Ultra HD entertainment systems, fast Wi-Fi, chrome Razorback emblems, and LED underglow lighting, and they've already named the buses the Van Horn Express.
Like what? Okay. Okay. This is like so in depth.
That is the new thing now.
It's so in depth.
That is the new thing.
It's such an outrageous
They
lie.
use positive stories as clickbait now. They make up positive stories.
Are there
Wait. We have a quote from Matt Hobbs as well.
All right.
It was just on the show yesterday. We totally forgot to ask him.
Yeah, we totally missed that.
What about those fully equipped buses?
Dave donated. Are you driving one?
And,
you like park it in your neighborhood? Kids, come over. Like, we got stuff on this thing.
I got my CDL license just so I can drive it.
Holy cow.
Matt said, quote, Dave always goes the extra mile. Now we've got 2 buses that'll go that mile in first class comfort.
Oh, my
gosh. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes. Oh,
hey,
man.
you got to give their creative department kudos, man. I mean, they can make up a story. I mean, they can make up a story with the best of them.
That reminds me of
I wonder
this.
how much money that website's making.
Life got you feeling down. Baby Billy's Health Elixir will lift you up. Heal the spirit to heal the body.
Colds, flus, streps, even COVIDs. Every disease cured with ease by this blessed formula based on ancient scripture. You just drink this tasty coconut silkiness every morning, and that's it. Done. $100 for a 1-month jug. Additional jugs, only $65 a pop. And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department lab coats, it's a wash.
It's a wash.
Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless. And I want to heal as many people as the dear Lord lets me.
Oh. That reminds me
Baby
of
Billy's Health
the same
Elixir.
thing.
A miracle in a bottle. Not approved by the FDA.
We fall for a lot of crazy stuff.
I mean,
man.
seriously, here's the takeaway from that, right? I mean, you always hear, well, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. Well, not only that, I mean, that's meant to say, like, hey, that's not the whole story.
Yeah. Sometimes they just make it up from the beginning.
It's like, none of this is true. I mean, that is. So here's my thing. Is this AI generated? Do they say, give me a story on Dave Van Horn buying 2 luxury buses? And that's my first question. And then is it AI generated? The second one is, who's behind this?
They do this in multiple locations. It's not just here; it's nationwide.
So
I don't know if
this
it's
is
the
like
same company
this is
or
like
what.
a media company.
Yes,
that's
yes,
putting this
yes.
out.
That's
and they're
exactly
like,
what it
we're
is.
going to do is we're going to solicit advertisers, and we're going to tell them that we get a lot of clicks because we do, and they're
We
going to
do
see
positive
it.
stories. There's all the negativity out there on the internet. We're going to do positive stories,
and we will never run out of them.
That's right.
Because
There's so much good in the country.
Would you like some more headlines?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
these are just about the Razorbacks.
Have we said what this site is?
It's like fan base.
BreakingSportsNews.co.uk.
Yeah. Anytime there's .co.uk in there.
Has your computer been taken over yet?
That's right.
No, not yet.
You have virus?
You got a virus.
No,
for sure.
That's why we use Macs. Daniel Gafford has apparently donated $5.4 million to launch an NIL fund.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay, we're loaded.
Razorbacks legend Corliss Williamson inks $13.5 million Netflix deal.
Okay.
Would you like to know more
For
about
what?
that?
Yeah, what's it for? What is Corliss doing on Netflix?
Let's see here.
This is our, if you're just joining us, this is a real fake news segment.
In a move that's sending shockwaves throughout the world of sports and entertainment, Netflix has signed Arkansas Razorback legend Corliss Williamson to a $13.5 million deal for a 7-episode original series chronicling his remarkable life and basketball legacy.
Being Corliss Williamson.
Oh, yeah.
Big Nasty, the Corliss Williamson story. The limited series will trace Williamson's journey from the hardwood floors of Russellville, Arkansas, to the pinnacle of NCAA stardom, NBA success, and beyond.
Wow.
Netflix.
It's apparently coming to Netflix.
I'm telling
Does
you.
it have a date when it's coming? Did they go so far as to lie about a date on this?
It doesn't look like it now. Yeah.
We'll be looking for the trailer.
What a great scam, though. You go, we're only going to talk about positive things. I'm sick of that negative internet. And people are lapping it up.
Corliss has also apparently joined Cal's coaching staff.
Really?
In addition to the Netflix deal.
I was going to say, he just took a new assistant job in the NBA, too, didn't he?
So I asked AI, I Bo, you asked, are these AI generated? So I asked, give me some clickbait false story ideas about University of Arkansas athletics that are positive for a blog website.
Yeah.
It's got some really good ones on here.
Okay.
Breaking. Jerry Jones to fund $1 billion Razorback Stadium expansion. Plans to add rooftop pool and helicopter pads.
Rooftop pool. All right. Helicopter ride. That's big.
Right. So good.
All right, here's another one.
Okay.
KJ Jefferson's throw so powerful, it knocked over the goalpost in practice. NFL scouts baffled.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that was a little late to the party.
So am I. I'm also
That one did not age well.
Yeah.
Walmart CEO announces Razorback players will get stock options and NIL deals. Players now technically shareholders.
How about that?
Okay.
That would be semi-believable on a Facebook feed.
Yeah.
Semi-believable on
All
a
right.
Facebook feed. That's accurate.
Yeah, here's two more. Elon Musk announces SpaceX will launch hog-themed rocket from Razorback Stadium at halftime.
That's the best one yet. Elon's coming to a game. I'll bet he comes to the Notre Dame game. What do you think?
Never mind, they're launching a rocket at halftime from midfield. You're like, Elon's here.
We should start our own website with these. All right, here's the last one. New SEC rule to let Arkansas win all tiebreakers because fans are too loyal to disappoint.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're
So
ask something about like how tough the schedule is and how to make it better.
Okay.
We need to come up with how Arkansas can win more football games. Give me a fake story about Arkansas winning the national championship in football. How about that? Are you going to do it that fast?
Oh, hey.
It works quickly.
You just ask Edward, and he just punches his stuff. I'm telling you, this is incredible.
This is incredible. It's entertaining, and it's scary.
Oh, you're right.
It's so scary.
I mean, it's
Don't believe everything you read on the internet, people.
Or hear on the radio.
just
do your own research.
Have a little healthy skepticism.
Read.
Yeah. If we need to just start an account on Twitter,
I mean,
start
it
posting
pumped it
these
straight out.
and just watch the reactions. And I'm not actually.
What do you got, Edward?
But I think it would be interesting for the show.
Shocking. Razorbacks clinch first ever undisputed national title. Arkansas crowned champions after miraculous run.
Okay. Well, at least they're ready.
The perfect 15-0 season behind quarterback Taylon Green's historic 4,500 passing yards and 50 touchdowns.
My goodness.
Arkansas bulldozed through the SEC and national schedule. However, they were unseeded entering the college football playoff. The Hogs toppled number 1 Alabama and number 3 Georgia in back-to-back upset victories, with buzzer-beater field goals sealing both victories.
Yeah, well.
Hey, is that exciting or what? Huh? Is that exciting or what? It could happen. Just ask AI.
Then it goes on to talk about.
I'm so excited. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Well, how could you not be?
50 touchdowns.
4,500 yards.
Bulldozed the SEC.
15-0.
The campus erupted with a 72-hour nonstop celebration, while the Arkansas legislature declared a state holiday, Razorback Glory Day.
Well, it is. That is a believable part.
And that's the good news.
That
this morning.
probably would happen.
And it's the good news here on the Chuck and Bo Show. 7:15. Good morning.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Summer storms and heavy rains can sneak up fast, so make sure your gutters are ready to handle it all. Hog Trough Gutters, locally owned and operated with 30 years of experience, installs seamless gutters made on site to protect your home. They're fully licensed and insured. Every job is hydro tested, and each one comes with a 20-year warranty. Proudly serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. Schedule your free inspection today at hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
All right, guys, you hear us talk about the Sweatin' 'em Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show. You've got your summer lineup set, but what about your skincare? Sun, sweat, and all that time outside takes a toll. Hit up the spa at Sweatin' 'em Cosmetic Surgery for a facial or sun damage repair. It's not just for the ladies, guys. Call 479-966-4174. Again, that's 479-966-4174 and get your skin in the game.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
That's special.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning. July 16th. What was that? What were we just listening to?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
I put my headset on late. I was checking the app.
58 years old today.
It's National Hot Dog Day. By the way, it's National AI Day. So kudos to us for that last segment.
Yeah, that was perfect
right
timing.
Right on. Right on.
What else do you want to do with AI today?
Well planned.
Yeah.
We obviously were right on top of that.
Phoebe Cates, 62. You guys are too young to have watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Is that some? I can go home and just find that somewhere.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah, I can watch it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's there.
I figured you'd lock in on Shoeless Joe Jackson's birthday, Chuck.
Well, you know, Phoebe Cates and I are the same age, and so that was a good movie.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Fast Times Ridgemont
Sounds like
High.
you got more thoughts on that.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Just
Heard.
Yeah, but I'm
not gonna share them.
Keep them to myself.
Heard that. I hate to get back to SEC Media Days. We're having so much fun. By the way, if you can hear us, congratulations.
Yeah.
Not everybody
Raise your
can.
hand.
Not everybody can today.
Can everybody hear us? Can everybody hear us? Show of hands. Can everybody hear us?
Honk your horn.
Yeah,
Get
honk
this
your
little
horn if
honk.
you can hear us.
Yeah. If you don't mind, that'd be great. We're here for it. And
not
actually, if you want, you just let us know. 877-377-6963.
If you can't
I
hear
don't
us
even know
right
if the
now,
phones work. I don't know
What
if the
the
phones
hell?
work. We haven't gotten a call all day.
You sound like Phil yesterday.
I know. Phil was about to melt. I was listening. I couldn't stop
I
listening.
would.
I've been in that spot. He was so frustrated yesterday.
He couldn't finish a sentence.
He was right at the brink. He was just right there at the edge.
I was pulling for it.
I was too. Jump. Come on, jump. Do it.
I want to hear. All right,
Go crazy.
I'm calling, Edward. We'll see if you.
Okay.
And,
it rings.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The truth is,
we got that going for us.
Well, good, because we're going to have Chris Lowe at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
And then Brandon Marcelo at 8:30. And I hate to get back to SEC Media Days, but I think we want to poke a little fun with Hugh Freeze.
Well, of course.
golfing Hugh.
I like Hugh, actually. I mean, I think he's a good coach, but it's not going well at Auburn. And this offseason has been riddled with, like, I've never seen this before, Chuck, and I'm not sure why it happened this way. But John Cohen, the AD at Auburn, who is the longtime former Mississippi State baseball coach and hired Freeze, is sitting at a press conference with Hugh Freeze this summer. And they're updating, I guess, the state of football at Auburn. And Auburn, the fan base at Auburn, whack job. Okay? I'm just telling you. And so they're fielding questions about, like, recruiting's not very good, the recruiting rankings aren't very good. And it was weird. And both John Cohen and Hugh Freeze, it was like John Cohen was up there helping defend Hugh Freeze. And I'm like, man, this guy's under fire. I mean, he is feeling it. And yesterday, he said this at SEC Media Days, just sounding to me like he's trying to convince himself that everything's okay.
I truly believe that in the playoff run, we're going to be in this discussion because I love this team. I think we've got to stay healthy, and we need the ball to bounce our way a couple times this year instead of against us, I'm sure. But that's our full expectation. We embrace the fact that is what Auburn should be in those talks year in, year out. And it takes a little time to build it, and we've been doing that. And certainly I wish we would have won more games a few times, but the future is very bright in my eyes.
Now, did you hear that where he kind of went in and out of believing what he was actually saying?
Yes, you could.
Could you tell?
Yes. Yes.
Could you hear him talking himself into, well, I believe that because I really like this team. I mean, we're going to need everybody to stay healthy.
It's like I read. I just said, what?
We're going to need the ball to bounce our way some. And we're going to have to catch a few breaks that go our way. But if all of that happens, there's a chance that we will be maybe in the conversation of the playoff.
To go from your fan base ready to fire you because you've been playing too much golf to saying, I think we're going to be in the discussion for the playoff, boy, there's a wide chasm right there. And you're sort of setting yourself up when you say things like that. Now, just for the record, I think that the Auburn fans' behavior toward Freeze has been disgraceful.
Well,
I just think it's been disgraceful. But I also know that that's par for the course. And so
Auburn.
That's just kind of how it works. And, there's a part of me that I don't want it to come at our expense. But, when these guys, when the vultures start circling and, people start, putting throwing you in your grave already. I kind of pull for those guys sometimes.
Yeah.
I pull for the guy that's been counted out. And I'm not saying I'm pulling for Freeze, but, it's going to go one way or the other in a major way this year at Auburn. It's either going to spiral downhill and he's going to get fired, or they're going to overachieve and he's going to say, I told you so.
I'm just thinking about fan bases right now.
Well, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, like, if we were to rank fan bases best to worst in the SEC, and maybe the criteria,
Who's the most delusional,
crazy, or fan bases you can't be happy for. Like, that would be among the worst fan bases. A fan base that you just can't be happy for them. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that works or not. But I just think of Auburn. I look at Auburn, and they are remarkable. Might be the word. I said whack job earlier. I
enjoyed that,
but I think they are.
Yeah.
They're in the same state with arguably the most storied college football program in the history of college football, and they want to run with them. They want to be seen as equals. If you want to know how football is in that state, I've said this before. Tommy Tuberville beat Alabama 6 straight times. They hired Nick Saban, and it was like it never happened. And that's the power of Alabama within that state, and it drives Auburn crazy. I don't hate Auburn. I enjoy going to Auburn. I like a lot of the people at Auburn. But they're not Alabama when it comes to football. They're not. They never will be. They've had moments. They have had moments, and they've beaten Alabama. And that's always a game where you really can throw out the records. But the idea that they're going to be able to run with them every year is a little far-fetched. But they do expect to. And they, like a lot of us, they're not quite as good as they think they are.
They remind me a little bit of Texas, the way Texas has been in the past, where you wonder who's in charge and why they can't be better. And I wonder who's in charge at Auburn. I feel like there's a lot of people outside the athletic department that wield a lot of influence, and there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
There are.
And I wonder how that affects that place. I'm surprised. I guess we could get Gus on to tell us.
He knows.
Yeah, he does.
Tim Horton would know.
I thought Hugh Freeze would be great at Auburn.
He may still be.
Maybe.
He may still be.
I mean, he's a good coach, but I don't like this whole thing. The pressure. He looks like he's going through it.
All the stuff that happened before off the field. He's a natural punching bag, natural target. He's the kind of public figure that because of his past, the first thing that goes wrong, people feel justified in jumping on. They're more courageous when it comes to jumping on as opposed to somebody who had not perhaps gone through some of the things Freeze has gone through. That's the risk in hiring someone like that. And that's why, just to be perfectly frank, he was not right back into the middle of the coaching profession, because when you do have things like that happen, you better win just almost every game when you come back. It's really the only way you can avoid becoming a punching bag, and that's happened to Freeze down there. The only way out of it's to win a bunch of ball games this year.
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
That's right.
I mean, it all goes. It's talking season right now. And at the end of the season, it's about how many games you won. And like we said Monday, how many coaches are making their last trip to the SEC Media Days? What to watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. Bart, I know you've got a whole lineup of things for us to watch, including the British Open. Macadoodles just north of the state line. And guess who in Bentonville? It's Wine Down Wednesday. Wednesday, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store at Macadoodles every Wednesday. They got a great selection. It doesn't matter if it's already on sale. You're still getting another 15% off. If you've got a special occasion coming up, or you want to try something new, or you're just going to splurge a little bit, take the 15% off day on a Wine Down Wednesday at Macadoodles. And not only today, every day, open to close, they've got wine tasting all day long. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they've got a tasting bar to try different spirits. But what Macadoodles is best known for is their customer service. Because you can walk in and get all you need the moment you walk in the door in terms of answering questions, problem solving, putting things together. This goes with that. They'll walk you through the whole store, the entire experience, and then carry it all out to your car for you. That's what Macadoodles is known for, along with their great selection and their competitive pricing. So Macadoodles, just north of the state line, just north of Bella Vista. And guess who in Bentonville? Bringing you what to watch. So if you're having a watch party, you can get ready at Macadoodles. What do we have?
Well, you can keep an eye on the coverage from SEC Media Days if that's your sort of thing.
Yes.
All day on the SEC Network today and tomorrow. Arkansas, of course, will be there tomorrow. And then we've got the Open Championship. Coverage begins 1:30 a.m. As in tomorrow morning, 1:30 a.m.
What channel?
On Peacock. 1:30 to 4 a.m. on Peacock, 4 a.m. to 3:30 in the afternoon on NBC.
4 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
on NBC.
That's a lot of television right there. That's a lot of golf.
What time will the British Open conclude on Sunday, live?
It's usually around like 2 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock our time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the British Open.
Which
I like
which
getting
is
up
around
early,
like
watching
9
the-
o'clock
watching the
local
golf.
time.
Saturday morning will be good.
I'm thinking about doing the show Friday morning from a golf.
Really?
From a golf club.
Really?
Yeah, I might go to Big Creek, see if anybody can.
We
Anybody
all
wants
going?
to show up.
We all going?
I mean,
You're
if you
just
want to
speaking
go,
for
if you want to
yourself.
play golf, you want to go do the show at Big Creek Friday morning and then play golf afterwards. I mean,
could happen.
I know how you are. Like, I'm going to ask you on the air so that I can hold you to the commitment.
I can be as non-committal on the
Yeah,
air as I am
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Well, I was thinking, I was flirting with the idea.
Sounds like fun.
Of, I mean, we could have a little party right there at Big Creek from 6 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal: I'm not doing it unless people are coming.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sit in there with just me and Brad Simons and Clay Maxey and Brett Husky and Chuck Barrett and Bart and
a couple of dogs
and a couple, and a Bloody Mary. Like no, like we got to rally the troops. Like it's got to be an event. Like we got to have people there.
Okay,
You know
I'm
what
in.
I mean?
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're going the night before?
Yeah, we go spend the night up. Of course.
I was going to say, we're going to
Just
leave
leave
at 2
at
in the
3?
morning. We're going to leave at 2 in the morning and head over.
What an idea! 7:32. Good morning.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Goodbye. They're leaving. They're leaving. They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits. Can you believe it?
Goodbye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right. 7:38.
Goodbye.
Matt Zimmerman. When's
Best-
he coming back on the show?
I don't know. Basketball, well, we could have a midsummer update.
You want some headlines, Chuck?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You want to go back to SEC Media Day
All right.
sound? What do you want?
Headlines.
I'll give you a couple.
All right.
Actually, let's go to Bart in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. I mean, I don't feel like.
Let's turn it over to Bart.
Yeah, let's see how you're doing today, Bart. Bart
doing
brought us
great.
breakfast today.
He did. He said yesterday's show was terrible, and he wanted us to get off to a better start today.
I did not say that.
What'd you say?
That's what you said to me, and that's pretty word for word.
I'm paraphrasing.
And I said
I'll
nothing.
admit. I'm just cutting to the
I
chase.
said-
I'm
I
just cutting to the
said-
chase.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. What'd you
I
say?
I said it seemed like everybody was dragging a little bit at the start of the show yesterday, which I think is accurate. It's that second day back from vacation. We were all just kind of, nobody wanted to get up. We talked about that like in the breaks. And so I decided to, hey, let's bring a little food in and get everybody going today.
Y'all talked about that. I was
See,
awesome yesterday.
What I hear,
Y'all were
that is you
struggling.
guys were terrible
Yeah.
yesterday. You guys were awful.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm taking it into my own hands
Okay.
today.
And you came in, and you sat an Egg McMuffin on my desk and said, "Do better."
You tossed it
and
to
I
me.
said, yeah.
chew on this.
And I said, nothing says "do better" quite like an Egg McMuffin.
This is the last time I'm bringing
Thank you.
breakfast.
It was the best Egg McMuffin I've ever eaten. And I don't know, we've been here an hour and 40 minutes, and I feel great.
You want to get us off to a better start? Let me give you a little tip, buddy. Irish coffee.
I got two words for you. Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Bailey's.
Your solution was Egg McMuffin?
Yeah, well, I mean, look.
How about a shot of Jameson, pal?
Okay, well, we can do that tomorrow.
Fire. Woo!
I got a bottle of Fireball. I'll bring it
Where's
in.
Eddie? Where is Eddie?
He's probably on
He's
vacation.
on summer hiatus. He's in the Hamptons. Where he goes every summer.
I hope that's
He's
true.
in the Hamptons.
I hope that's true. Yes, I hope that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need a dose of Eddie.
Even if he's not, can he please make up a story about how he was?
That would be
and
just
give it in
great.
Eddie fashion.
I walked in and I went, woo.
And there was JT.
That's right. Yeah. That's funny.
Ran into Timberlake right there in the Hamptons. Arkansas senior offensive lineman Fernando Carmona earned a 2025
Straight to the
USA Today Sports Network
let's get back to
preseason
the
first
news.
team All-SEC recognition.
Now, which will you remember from the last 5
got the
minutes?
rest of them.
That about Fernando Carmona or Eddie in the Hamptons?
All right, Bart, go ahead. I just want to take the lead.
So Vanderbilt apparently talked to Deion Sanders about one of their players, Martell Height. He's going to play wide receiver and defensive back for Vanderbilt. And to kind of prepare him for the challenge, Vandy's coaching staff reached out to Deion to talk about how he handled it as a player and then how he handled it with Travis Hunter. They expect big things from this guy, Martell Height.
Deion promptly tried to poach that player
Yeah, I
from
think
Vanderbilt's team.
I think that's probably accurate.
That is interesting.
Also, in case
I mean, I don't know how interesting it is, but you don't hear that happen every day.
Somewhat interesting.
Yeah, it's not. Actually, I don't.
Yeah, it's somewhat interesting. It is somewhat.
It's a nugget.
If you, in case you missed it, the National League beat the American League 6-6 in the All-Star game last night. Nearly 4 hours after the first pitch.
Congratulations.
They had it was tied after
Hard
9
fought.
innings, and so they had a swing off. And
This is the end. This is the end of the All-Star game. This is what swing off sounds like. Oh my gosh! What?
I'd never heard the term swing off used in connection with a baseball game before, but maybe I just hadn't been paying attention.
oh man,
They threw pineapples.
What have they done? What have they done?
what have they done to our beloved pastime?
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's 7:43. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansans.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo, and for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When Chuck and I started the show, he said we want to deal with smart people, smarter than us. It's going to take a while for them to show up because they've been dumbed down, but they'll show up.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, we said a lot of things when we started the show, didn't we?
We made a lot of promises.
Yeah, a lot of big dreams.
Yeah, a lot of broken dreams.
Yeah.
We know how to. How's our resolution list going? I think I'm going to start a new one for.
I think I've forgotten what I resolved to do.
I'm going to do something new this year. I'm going to do my fourth quarter resolutions, and that'll
What's that look like?
Finish strong.
Well, what it looks like is at the end of the year, I'll have had 3 months of getting myself ready for some actual resolutions to start the new year. It just kind of helped me figure out where I am.
I generally just put them off the first 9 months and then scramble the final 3 to try to live up to some of them. That's my formula.
And so then what does January 1st look like for you?
I've already forgotten about them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Chuck refused to make a resolution.
Yeah.
When we were doing
I'm
all
not
of
a big-
that.
I think it sounded
I'm
something
not a
like
big
You made like
resolution
40,
guy.
and
Yeah.
Chuck just refused, and then
Yeah.
tongue in cheek said, "Oh, I'm gonna cuss
Yeah.
more."
Yeah.
I think right. I
Funny-
think
funny guy.
if I remember right, I think Chuck said something like, "Yeah, I don't do that crap."
That's probably how it was.
It was probably pretty close.
I think if I remember right, that's kind of
I don't
do that.
I don't remember if it was exactly like that.
I don't understand goal-oriented people.
That's not what I was saying at all.
I just don't.
I just don't make a big production out of
I mean-
it. That's what I was saying.
I mean, you want me to set a goal so I can achieve it?
No.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Lottie freaking da. Okay, that is so cliche. You guys are going to do resolutions. I am not.
Well, I'm
That
just
was- that was
saying.
the-
I have daily resolutions. I don't wait until New Year's Day.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. What's today's?
I don't know. I just popped into my head.
Don't suck. That's where you are so
Actually,
far.
Bart drove that message
Yeah, he
home when
did.
he first got into it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Suck
You're
less.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Bart.
Bart's in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Who do you like in the British Open starting tomorrow?
Yeah, great question.
Who do you
I know.
got? That is a great question.
It's a great question.
Great question.
It
Bart.
really is.
It's yeah.
That's what you say when you don't have an answer at the ready. You say, "Great question."
At the ready.
Yeah.
Well, because look, everybody's going to pick either Scotty Scheffler or Rory McIlroy to win. Like those are kind of the obvious choices, right? So maybe I zag a little bit and say Jon Rahm. Do I think Jon Rahm's actually going to win the British Open? Probably not, but it depends on the weather. We'll see what the weather looks like. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Not sure if it's going to affect the people going off in the morning or in the afternoon, and that can have an impact. The draw matters over there. So who gets the better weather? I'll give you another name just to kind of keep an eye on. Ludwig Aberg.
Ludwig. You just like saying Ludwig.
He's been around, I feel like, in
He's
all
a
these
good
majors.
player.
He's been around on Sunday or the weekend. Like you just feel like you see his name quite a bit.
I think him
right
winning
there.
one of these is inevitable sooner rather than later.
When he's like
later.
21, 22. He's
Yeah,
just a kid.
he's so good.
Yeah, he is good.
Victor Hovland, another guy who I've got my eye on.
I like the
this
big
week.
boy, Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
That's who I got. I'll be pulling for Rory.
Shane won it last time. It was at Royal Bull Rush,
You're
Northern
a Rory
Ireland.
guy.
I like Rory.
Yeah,
He's the
you'd pull
conscience
for
of the game.
It'd be really cool for
He is.
Rory to win this year in
He is.
Northern Ireland.
What do you mean he's the conscience?
I'm
of the
saying when
game?
all that live stuff was going on,
okay.
he was the conscience of the game. I believe that.
You respect that.
I do. I have a lot of respect
He
for
touched
Rory.
your character.
No, he didn't really touch my character, but I
thank you.
realized there was more to him than just swinging the club.
Yeah, that's
and I appreciated that.
Yeah. He became humanized for you. While all these guys dehumanized themselves and went to the
I
live
haven't
tour.
had anybody to really pull for since Tiger. I mean, I was a Tiger fan, and I wish Tiger was still playing. That's why I watch.
What's
Wish to
wrong with
watch
Scotty?
Tiger.
I'm a Scotty guy.
I'm not saying Scotty's not
like
great.
Scotty.
I enjoy watching
He
Scotty,
gave a
but not as
really-
much as I enjoyed watching Tiger.
He gave a
Oh,
really
yeah.
thoughtful
Well,
answer
that's-
the other day. It was like 5 minutes long, but he was asked basically about like his motivation this week and everything, and he went into like this whole thing about like what's the point? Like what's the point of what we're doing here? Like
Scotty?
Yeah.
What does it all mean?
You go out and then you work your tail off to win a golf tournament, then you have this elation for like a couple of minutes when you win. and then it's right back to dad duty or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what's the purpose of all of it?
Well, it's the $3-4 million you get when you win the tournament. That's the purpose. I mean, that's the deal when you get right down to it.
Listen, he's
very
grounded.
thoughtful.
Well, he lives his faith.
Yeah.
And he is as grounded as a professional athlete as I can remember seeing in a long time. I think
that's fair.
And I say that not because he gets up and says it at a press conference, but because of the way he handles himself. You saw him in his worst moment ever, and he handled himself in a way that I don't know that many people could. He got arrested.
He got arrested, and we blame the cop. How many times does that happen?
But also the way he handled it, he wasn't like. Remember the guy was like, "So you play golf?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you good?"
Yeah.
He's the number one player in the world.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm okay." I'm like, this
All
guy's
right.
just. He's different.
He is a first class guy.
Yeah,
he is a
he's different.
first class guy.
And he's likable.
He is
but
very likable.
I root for Rory when he's up there, too. Well, how about we do this? This is what we do every major, right? We root for a great leaderboard on the weekend.
Yeah.
And
With
that's
names
what
we
we're
know.
really- Yeah.
Names we know.
That's what we're really going
Stars.
for.
Stars.
That's what a great leaderboard is. The names we know.
That's right.
Or give us a Cinderella
People
story.
we've heard of.
All right, Chris Lowe's coming up at 8 o'clock from SEC Media
be
Days.
better then.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Why deal with the stress of commercial travel when you can fly on your schedule with Jet Aircraft? No TSA lines, no baggage claim, no waiting around. Just you and your crew flying in comfort and style. Whether it's a weekend getaway, a golf trip, or planning your football travel for the fall, Jet makes it easy. Seats up to 9 with a full bar, custom catering, and plenty of space. Visit Jet NWA for pricing and more. That's Jet with 2 T's.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now, I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors The Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors The Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We're going to pass the plate at church. That's how they used to cheat in the South. I mean, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no, it
We've
is.
read the stories.
Yeah.
But
You
what
could
a
accept a love offering back in the day. You couldn't accept a direct payment, but you could accept a love offering.
That's right.
It's true now. I don't think there have not been players that have been paid under the table over the years because they go give their testimony.
Oh, yeah.
It's the truth.
No, it's the traveling evangelist.
People are like, oh, that's
Baby Billy,
blasphemous. No, it's not, man. It
The
happens.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Get to the good part of the show now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the screwing around.
Get all the preliminaries out of the way and get to
Yeah.
the big time stars.
Grab Butt comes to an end, and we bring in our good friend Chris Lowe, ESPN, covering college football. Chris is as connected and trusted as anybody in college football. Chris, good morning. Thanks for joining us from Atlanta. How are you?
Welcome.
No, it's great to be with you guys. Doing well. Just getting ready to kick it off with Alabama and Mississippi State this morning.
Yeah, we got 2 more days of media days. What for you? What has been interesting or intriguing so far at SEC media days?
Yeah, well, it was Arch Mania yesterday, and knew that was coming. I think to me, it's the coaches that have been pretty outspoken, saying, "Hey, this is going to be our best team, our best roster." Hugh Freeze said it. He mentioned playoff in the same sentence with Auburn. Brian Kelly was adamant that this was his best team, his best roster, and was, did not back away at all on how important that Clemson game was for them. And rarely do you hear a coach put that kind of emphasis on one game, especially the opener. But when you look at their track record at openers the last few years, I guess I can understand it. And I think that we haven't talked to all the quarterbacks. We talked to Arch, we talked to Lenore Sellers. But the quarterbacks in this league, I think there are a lot of them, and not all the guys that are necessarily household names. Even a guy like Taylor Green, I think, have chances to have big seasons. And you got all different sorts, new faces like a John Mateer, Jackson Arnold starting over at Auburn. You got guys who are getting the keys to the offense for the first time, like an Arch Manning. And then you have a guy that are starting their second years in full under the same coordinator, which, Taylor would fit in with Bobby Petrino there at Arkansas.
Yeah. We're all intrigued, I think, to see what that's going to look like, for Arkansas. The schedule's tough every year in this league. Their schedule is, I don't know, you got Memphis on the road and Notre Dame at home to go along with, a bunch of top 25 teams you're going to play in the league. What are your thoughts? I know Arkansas is not in there today, but we'll just go there real quick. What are your thoughts on year 2 with Talon? And I know you know Bobby and all that. What are your thoughts on Arkansas?
I think it'll be a lot better, but it's relative though. That you mentioned the schedule. Arkansas' schedule, I said, if you know the last 3 or 4 years, has been harder than anybody's in the leagues. If you combine all those years together, and some of it's just bad luck. When they had to put together the 2 schedules for last year and this year, throw them together. But I think they'll be a better football team. I think Talon will be much more polished under Bobby. I certainly know Bobby thinks he will be. And, he's got a ton of ability. He's got to cut down on the turnovers. Got to play a little bit more within what they want him to play within. And, they got to protect him. That's the thing. He's good after. He's really good when things break down and extending the play. But, you can't try to do too much. My big concern with the Hogs, honestly, is when they get in, because you got Notre Dame early. You mentioned the trip to Memphis. You play at Tennessee. Their first game in October, and then you come home and play A&M. In Auburn in back-to-back weeks. And then you get in November. Where are they depth-wise? How many injuries do they have? Can they stay healthy? Do they wear down? Because you look at November. LSU, you're at Texas, and then you come home and play a Missouri team that I think probably is on the other end of the spectrum from Arkansas. I think Missouri probably has the easiest schedule in the conference.
Chris, it took about 10 minutes Monday for Nick Saban's shadow to appear again. Which SEC teams are going to coach next year? Let's just cut right to the chase here.
Nick's sort of like Bigfoot. I think going forward, everybody's going to see. Everybody sees Bigfoot every couple of years.
That's good.
Every year, someone's going to have some inside source to say Nick's coming back to football. Listen, I've talked to him. That's not in his plan. He's, in fact, he's not going to be the one that makes that decision anyway. It'd be Miss Terry. And I can tell you what her decision would be on that. But no, but I get it. He's a guy. He'll be 74 in October, but he really is like 74 going on 64.
Mm-hmm.
And I get why his name's going to keep popping up, whether it's NFL or it's college. I don't see any way Nick goes to NFL, and he's not real enamored with the climate in college football right now. And I know here's the big thing is he really likes what he's doing. He really enjoys doing TV, and he's good at it. And I think that's probably the factor that people haven't talked about the most. He told me when I talked to him last, he said he's just happy he's been in a while. He's getting to do things he never got to do for the last 50 years, trips and with his family. I get why his name gets floated out there. Is there a little piece of him inside because he's so competitive that you want that football fix again? I mean, all those guys are sort of wired the same way, yeah. But, he's not sitting around right now thinking about or entertaining offers about coming back and coaching football. I can promise you that.
Chris Lowe, ESPN.com with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. We listened to Sankey and all the remarks and all the things said. And I saw some of Yorkman's comments, the Big 12's commissioner, and these commissioners they're just having all these narratives, and it dawned on me. We now have conferences that are competing with each other. And I know they've always sort of competed, but it's like everybody's sort of fighting for higher ground and how many teams they deserve in a playoff and all this. Here's my sort of broad question to you, Chris. Who needs to decide what's best in all the issues? Money, NIL, whatever, transfer portal. Who needs to decide? Who is the person? Or who is the committee or the governance? Who needs to decide what's best for college football?
Well, that's the problem. There is not. There's nobody that doesn't have a dog in the fight. You nailed it. I mean, every time I hear Greg Sankey get up, it's like one of those stand-up interviews back when the pro wrestlers used to do it. He's always got some message or something he's trying to get out there. Now, Petit, the Big Ten, doesn't talk as much publicly. But you're exactly right. Everyone that's sort of involved in these decisions has a dog in the fight. And I get it. I mean, if you're Petiti, you're looking out for the Big Ten. If you're Sankey, you're looking out for the SEC, the other conferences the same way. And it's almost to the point now that they meet to decide when they're going to meet again.
Right.
And I think everybody in and around the sport is frustrated. Fans are frustrated. Coaches are frustrated. ADs are frustrated. For Christ's sakes, make a decision.
It's interesting.
Make a decision.
It's interesting you say that because I talk to a lot of people, and when you bring this up now, they just turn away. They don't even want to hear it anymore because it's like a broken record over and over and over again. They don't understand it.
Yep.
Nobody's ever explained it to them in a way they can understand, and they see no solution. And so they just don't deal with it.
Bingo. Yeah, they're sick of it. Sounds like you've been talking to my dad. So I think he's over college football.
That's so true.
But you're right. I think that the large majority of the people I talk to say exactly what you just said to me, that slowly but surely, and they love the product. Listen, we're all football junkies. We love Saturday afternoons, right?
Sure.
I still get up on Saturday.
I'm
I can't
like a
wait.
kid.
But it's been so chaotic off the field, and you're right. We're hearing the same stuff. The same stories have been written. The same stories have been reported, and then they change the next week, and no one knows what the hell it's going to look like 2 years from now. And I think those types of things, and I think players coming and going, and let's throw coaches. You go back even to baseball with the deal with, Schwarzenegger leaving the day after the national championship game to go to their biggest rival. I think those types of things have turned the stomachs of a lot of people, but it's just the uncertainty and the unknown.
That's right.
And the back and the forth and the ping pong balls bouncing off the wall every other day that I think people have it's completely turned a lot of people off. It's been chaotic, and I don't know where it ends.
The other thing, Chris, that's maybe happened here, and we'll look at it from an Arkansas perspective, with the playoff, it's like if you're 6, 7, or an 8-win team, you're like, why do I even exist? What are we really playing for? And all Bo tells me is our recruiting base isn't big enough, and go look at the history of college football, and nobody's winning that doesn't have a great, 400-mile radius of recruiting around their campus. So what do we – and that's what I fear for fans is, like, are we creating this game where we have the people at the top, and I put the SEC in this category, we're the best league, we need the most teams in the playoff, and then, but to some extent, we've got to – like, I'm worried about college football if we don't have an environment that really does allow everyone to compete if – we're going to get into this more professional model.
Yeah, that apathy will set in with certain fan bases when you get to late October, November. I will say this: if the playoff were to go to 16 teams, which now with the two big leagues sort of go at 16, because I don't think the Big Ten is going to budge. You're going to want the SEC. If certainly there's a 5-11 format to play a ninth conference game. And listen, I talked to Kirby Smart a couple times yesterday away from his meeting with us, and there's no sense among coaches, any of them. Now, they don't make the decision, the chancellors do, but they don't want to go to 9 conference games unless there's assurances that the playoff format's going to be such that they're going to award the SEC for playing another game. But if there does come a time when we play 16 games, or there's a 16-team playoff, and let's say it is a 5 automatic qualifier and 11 true at-large teams, then I think you could make an argument, and in a lot of those years, you could get 5 or 6 SEC teams.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take Arkansas. Now, I know as we look in present day where Arkansas is, but it has been proven. Bobby proved there. Think about those teams Bobby had in 10 and 11. Those teams would have been seeded in the top 5, 6. I mean, remember the year they played at LSU on the day after Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
They were number 2 that game, I think, in the BCS when they played at LSU. So that's within a decade, or almost a decade of now. So I think if you get to that type of format, that many teams are included, then all of a sudden you get down to teams 5, 6, 7, 8 that go into November with a legitimate chance. I mean, look at South Carolina last year. Look at Ole Miss last year. They probably get in that format. So I do think there are scenarios like that where and Bo, you asked a great question, where those type teams go into November with something to play for, and probably more importantly, their fan bases.
Yeah. I know you got to get to interviews, man. Thanks for hopping
Thank
on
you,
with
Chris.
us. Great stuff as always. We'll do it again soon. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I always enjoy meeting with you guys. Take care, okay?
Thanks, Chris. You too, man. Chris
bye.
Lowe, not only one of the best in the business, but a great guy.
I think he's the best right now covering college football.
He is. I've known him for 20 plus years, and I've just watched him. He's as trusted by people he covers in college, and he can get to like Saban. He'll just pick up. Hey, man, is this like anything you're thinking about? And it's like you get the truth.
And Saban takes his call not because I knew his dad back in so-and-so. He takes his call because he respects what he does.
That's right.
I mean, it's professional respect.
Now, he does it in the right way.
Right.
And there's some good stuff there. I want to come back to this.
I do, too.
About the playoff expansion in Arkansas and, what are you playing for anymore?
Well, I mean, I watch a lot of Major League Baseball. And there are beautiful ballparks all over America that seat 40,000 people, and there's going to be about 12,000 in them tonight because their team has no chance. They didn't have a chance in the offseason. They didn't have a chance on opening day. They don't have an opening chance, or they don't have a chance now. And that's not good for the sport. And I do think we're headed toward that, at least for a while, in college football. And that's going to be a trick to get out of it because your fan base, Chris talked about it there, in our league – if you are in the upper half, you're going to have something that's going to be really important when you get to November. If you're not, I mean, I don't know.
You always have a chance when you go to Blakeman's.
Well, you do.
You just get you one of those purple bags, and you've got a chance. We're a little bit over our head here, but we're doing the best we can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
As a play-by-play announcer, my eyes are everything. I need to see every detail on the field to call the game the right way. So when cataracts started affecting my vision, I knew I couldn't wait. I went to Dr. Betts and the team at McDonald Eye Associates. And truthfully, I wish I'd done it years ago. The difference is incredible. The whole experience was professional, easy, and honestly life-changing. If your vision's holding you back, take it from me. Don't put it off any longer. Schedule your appointment with McDonald Eye Associates today.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo, and for me, business comes down to working with people I like and can count on. And that's Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They do what they say, they're on time, and when they're done, it's like they were never there and you have a brand new roof. Built with expert craftsmanship and the best materials. When it comes to commercial or residential roofing, get the customer care Teamwork Roofing and Construction offers. Check them out on their Facebook page, Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
you're just going to have to go today. You're just going to have to. Today is going to be
what I
maybe
told myself.
one of those days you're just going to have to go, and you'll be glad you did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Words to live by right there.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to go this morning.
No. Brandon Marcelo in 10 minutes.
He's going to be good, too.
Chris Lowe is great. Let's talk about the last thing we were into there. And we haven't gotten into this a lot. And look, Twitter's a cesspool. But you get reactions to the 6-6, the schedule thing, and people are like, I'm sick of hearing about how hard the schedule is. It's hard every year. Find somebody that can win. And I love the simplicity of all that. And if it were easy, simple would be awesome. But simple's not always easy. And we're dealing with that in college athletics. Oh, just pay the players. That was simple. But the execution of it and what it means is not easy. I fear for fans that we are dangerously in this zone where a lot of fan bases are going to feel like their season doesn't mean anything because of the playoff. And it makes me actually favor expanding the playoff, because if you're going to go down this road, think like the NFL. You have to think more like the NFL if you're going down the road that college football is going down. And that's why the NFL is so good and so many people watch it. You still have some powers at the top that are pretty good every year, but you have, I don't want to say parity, but you have more opportunities to have a year. The Detroit Lions were dead and gone a few years ago, and they haven't won the Super Bowl, but they've been in the mix, and their fans have felt completely different the last few years than they did, a decade ago.
Well, there's a mechanism in place in professional sports to allow those at the bottom to rise to the top again. You get the first draft picks. You get all kinds of things done to try to even the playing field, so to speak. There's a system in place. When you lose a free agent, you get a compensatory draft pick. There are things that are in place to keep last place teams from remaining last place teams unless they're just poorly run. My fear in college football is kind of like yours, is there's not that mechanism in place. We've said over and over and over again, to the point of where people are tired of hearing it. Since 1977, only 6 schools have won SEC football championships. SEC. I'm not talking national. I'm talking 6 schools have won SEC championships in 48 years. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. There is not a mechanism in place that allows those at the bottom to rise to the top. There's just not. In pro sports, there is. In all of them. It works least in Major League Baseball. It works better in professional basketball and professional football. You've got to have that in place to give your fan bases hope.
And this is not a commentary, what I'm about to say, on Sam Pittman, positive or negative. Like, this not about him at all. But fans think the mechanism is to get a different coach. They're going to think that at Auburn if Hugh Freeze wins 7 games this year. And sometimes it is. Sometimes you do have to change leadership. I mean, that is true anywhere. But it's not the only solution. Like if that's the only thing you do, most of the time it's not going to be enough.
Well, you mentioned the Detroit Lions a minute ago. Dan Campbell's a great coach and a great personality. But he's not the only reason the Lions are better. They didn't just get better because they hired Dan Campbell. I mean, they did this through a plan of draft picks and
well, look at the Chiefs.
Right.
The Chiefs' success has come out of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
That's right.
And bringing in other players along with Andy Reid. And a great front office.
Right.
A great organization.
You got to have the leadership at the top. You have because if you don't have the leadership at the top, you don't have a chance. Because then you're not making good draft picks. You're not making the right decisions.
These things all play a factor, but I want to go to something real simple.
All right.
You can finish a point if you need.
No.
I want to go to something real simple.
ahead.
To me, if you go 16 teams in the playoff, and we know Arkansas is capable because it's been proven to have an 8, 9, or 10 win season. okay? And even in this environment, I still think that can happen. And if you want to be a critic of me talking about the schedule, that's fine. But just understand, go back and look at the years where you've done that, and the schedule's been a little bit more favorable. That's part of what it takes, okay? I'm talking about maybe one of the better teams in the league. They just have a little bit of a down year. Maybe two of those teams. Maybe Tennessee or Alabama's not quite as good that year when you got to play them. Where do you get somebody at home and you play above your head for one game? But you can get to 8 or 9 wins. And when you do, if you have a 16-team playoff, that gives an Arkansas fan something to like be in and cheer for and think about and root for, and not like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why we're doing this because we're never going to make the playoff.
That's right. You have got to hit the middle of October, latter part of October, first part of November, with people still feeling as though they have a sense of hope. That's just good business. Number one, that's good business. But number two, you've got to keep your fans engaged. And I know people, they get tired of hearing it. And here's the thing. We're not the only ones saying it. There are 16 teams in our league right now. Now, Oklahoma and Texas, 15th and 16th, they've had a lot of success. But in another conference. But for most of the fan bases in our league, they're saying the same thing we're saying. Because it's been 48 years since someone other than that top 6 has won.
And now that the money's become such a thing, it's going to become more important. The more people are asked for, the more important this hope and this idea that you're going to have a chance becomes.
The flip side to the playoff, the flip side going all the way back to the BCS, is that you're either in the discussion or you're not any good. In fans' minds, you're either in the playoff discussion or you suck.
Ryan is in Hot Springs. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I want to say first and foremost, we got to stop making these insane schedules for ourselves too.
Yeah.
We can't do anything about 8 of them.
Well, I know that, and that's kind of why I get aggravated with this fan base. Is they forget that we're basically in the NFL Farm League. I mean, look at the last 10 to 15 years. Majority of the draft picks have come out of, if you go by conference, SEC's the reigning champ. But look at, I hate to do this, but look at Missouri. Missouri really missed the playoff by a year. If they had that same schedule and the same thing the following year that they had that, because they caught kind of like what y'all were talking about. There's certain games they caught at a lucky time, and they weren't really that great a team. They just caught teams at the right time and won a bunch of games that way. I mean, if you went through that schedule and you could go almost game by game, and they got a lot of teams at the right time, including Arkansas when we were falling apart there at the end.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I appreciate your call, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for weighing in. 877-377-6963. We got time for some text if you want to get those in. We'll get back to this.
How delusional.
Brandon Marcelo is coming up next. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Bank Better. They're helping people do it all over Arkansas. More convenient locations, friendly professionals, helping Arkansas bank better every day, fsbank.com. First Security Bank, member FDIC. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At the Stonebreaker Hotel, we believe in the art of gathering, whether over a thoughtfully prepared meal or a quiet moment on Markham Hill. Start your day with breakfast classics from the all-day menu, served from 7:30 to 1. Savor shareable bites from the bar and lounge menu until 10. And let the dinner menu from 5 to 9 bring familiar flavors with a fresh twist. And for a weekend well spent, how about brunch? Rooted in connection, designed for comfort. Learn more at stonebreakerhotel.com.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What a show today it's been. Thanks to Bart
Breakfast was key.
getting it started off with the, hey, man, you guys didn't do well enough yesterday, so I wanted to start you off with an Egg McMuffin this morning, and I'd say it worked. Before we get into Brandon Marcelo, Dan Orlovsky, ESPN analyst, said this yesterday, and I want to get Brandon's reaction to this.
Oh, here, guys. Dan, will the SEC have the most playoff teams this year?
I don't think they do. I think the Big Ten has the most CFP teams. I think that there's 5 teams from the Big Ten that I feel very confidently in making it. Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Illinois. And the 5th team is probably going to be either Indiana or Michigan.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Brandon Marcelo, CBS Sports, 247 Sports, college football reporter, host, writer, all of the above. Brandon, I heard Illinois.
Yeah.
I heard Brett Bielema. Does Illinois have a shot to make the playoff this year?
Yeah, why not? Listen, they kind of had an argument last year. I know. Stick with me here. The SEC had those 3-3-loss teams, and a lot of the focus was on them about, well, maybe one of those teams deserved to be in. But Illinois was kind of sitting on the outside periphery of that as well with 3 losses. But, of course, some of their losses, were a little bit worse, and they were blown out on the road by Oregon earlier in the season, so it wasn't even a close game. But they've got a lot coming back this year, and if they can do a repeat of last year and improve by 1 game, I think that's very possible they can make the playoff. I don't think the Big Ten's going to get 5 teams in. I don't see that. I don't. I see it as maybe as many as 4.
Yeah.
But probably 3 this year. I mean, the Big Ten, as great as they are up top, they just aren't very, very, very deep, and that's been the thing that kind of holds them back from leading the nation in college football playoff teams, because despite playing 9 conference games against the 8 conference games the SEC teams play, their strength of record is usually weaker than the SEC teams. And look back to the college football playoff rankings last year, the SEC's multi-loss teams were routinely the highest-ranked multi-loss teams. Their 3-loss teams were ranked higher than the Big Ten's 3-loss teams. Midway through the year, their 2-loss teams were ranked higher than the 2-loss teams in the Big Ten, and that's what's probably going to hold them back more than anything from getting 5 teams in. But I think maybe they get 3 or 4 in this year, and Illinois could be one of them.
So, by the way, I almost forgot this, that the SEC has 8 games, an 8-game schedule, league schedule, but they've mandated that you got to play a Power 4 team as one of your 9 conference games. How is that not in effect playing 9 Big Ten games? I mean, like Arkansas is playing Notre Dame, Auburn's playing Baylor. I'm just going to give you a couple. Alabama's playing Florida State. Florida's playing Miami and Florida State. I mean, what is with the whole idea that the SEC needs to go to like a 9-game conference schedule?
Well, for some reason, there's a belief out there that the universal scheduling idea needs to be conference games. But I'll take it a step further. I've talked about this before, and a lot of people agree with it. And so I'm starting to think maybe I should get consultant fees. But why not require
everybody else is? Why not?
Exactly. Why not require all the power conference teams to play 10 games against power conference opponents? It doesn't matter who. You could play a 6-game conference schedule, but go schedule 4 power conference teams as non-conference opponents. That's your universal scheduling right now. Just require everybody to play 10 games against power conference opponents. Have however many conference games you want, and that's your universal scheduling. And here's the thing. We're pretty close to that already across the country if you go look and study the numbers. So we're getting into the minutia, the details. We're finding any little thing to criticize each of these conferences. And we've gone into this whole situation where, like, no one agrees on anything from conference to conference. Everybody's worried about themselves. It's been more or less like this for the better part of the last 5 to 6 years since we started making massive changes in college sports, NIL, all that, transfer portal, all that. we've become more worried about what's going on in our own conferences than what's going on across the country. And once again, we're already pretty close to universal scheduling when it comes to power conference opponents. But now we're getting all bogged down by the minutia going, well, but you only play 8 conference games. Yeah, but most of our teams play 10 games against, power conference opponents. But if we want universal scheduling, just do that. Just go, all right, everybody, it's hard enough to rip up our schedules and do all that stuff and cancel non-conference games so you can move to 9 conference games. Why don't we just do 10 games completely against power conference opponents?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We're in the minutia here. And Chuck has mentioned it earlier. We're all just sick of it. Like, everybody's just looking out for and there's no, and we've all said it for a decade. I mean, Tim Brando said it, Chuck, on our old show, Bart, 15 years ago. Somebody needs to be the commissioner of college football. Like, we need somebody to make a decision for college football. And I brought this up, Brandon. Like, if you're an Arkansas fan, and Arkansas is not alone in this, they actually represent a big portion of college football. I mean, what do you have to root for every year if we're only making the biggest and baddest and traditional power teams better? I mean, how does Arkansas compete in this environment?
It's a great question, and that's the thing is I think a lot of us, we're sitting here knowing what could potentially happen in this hurting teams that are in the middle of the pack or even in the lower pack. But I don't think the big wigs out there necessarily see it that way. They just see the dollar signs and, okay, this is going to help everybody. Everything's going to filter down and everybody's going to be fine. And that's not necessarily the case. And we've already seen some programs already go by the wayside here in the last 5 to 6 years because of the NIL era. We're going to see maybe more of that going in the future here with the revenue sharing aspect and those who are trying to get around the College Sports Commission with some of these NIL deals with their NIL collectives. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody out there with half a brain would tell you we need some sort of boss, a figurehead. I say college football czar, but yeah, it's just a commissioner. If you're going to have all these power conferences form a college sports commission anyway as a result of the House settlement, we need to have someone who is the boss of all. If there is legitimate policing of these other NIL deals, I think it could. I think it could level the playing field. And I know maybe some people might see it as bad news of what's been coming out the last 2 weeks with the CSC, where a lot of these NIL deals have been turned down. I mean, to be quite honest, that's what the system was set up for.
I'm encouraged by that. I've seen that too. I did not expect that. They've already denied a lot of kids' NIL plans, and I'm not upset by that at all.
And it's exactly what's so everybody's like sitting there going, well, this isn't fair. It's like, but this is what but the players themselves by opting into the deal. So this is what you wanted. Did you not realize this is what you're going to get? And the idea that we're going to see other lawsuits against this, and I think the next lawsuits are going to come from this, guys, is going to be actually from the NIL collectives themselves against the CSC. There's going to be a collective out there that ends up suing over all this if a lot of their deals get declined. And, I mean, good luck with that because they're adhering to the settlement terms. They're adhering to what a federal judge told them to do. It's fascinating in a lot of reasons, but it's also just tiring. And at this point, it's like you made this decision. Everybody agreed to it. But every time we make a decision in college athletics now, someone's got to make a big stink about it and go, well, that's not what we're expecting. It's like, but that's what you agreed to. So we'll just go to court again.
Or change a state
tiring,
law.
man.
Or somebody will change a state law to override what the uniformity is trying to become of college football.
I actually, and I want to get your thoughts on this, Brandon, because my thought on the NIL was that this is going to be a joke, that they're going to continue to be able to pad through this NIL, and they may. But the fact that Deloitte has turned some kids down, do you think that there's going to be legitimate policing of this, or is this something we may see initially and then it all goes away?
Well, this is what I'm waiting for, Chuck, is what exactly is the penalty structure going to be?
That's good.
We have not seen that released yet. They haven't developed it yet. I was talking to folks down in the Big 12 last week about this, and they're frustrated by that. Everybody just kind of shrugs their shoulders and goes, don't know what the penalty structure is going to be. But I had one AD tell me, he goes, whatever the penalty structure is, he says they hope that the first violator gets hammered.
I agree.
And the reason for that is so that it sends the message across the country, oh, this is legit. This isn't the NCAA. This is a much different organization. And that's why it was created, to be much more agile and quicker in their decisions. But they've launched this thing without actually including a penalty structure. They're writing the book as they go along as we read it. It's crazy.
Brandon, great stuff. I wish we could talk more. There's so much to get into. It's always great. We'll do it again. We're out of time, but thank you, man, and have a great day. We'll talk soon.
All right, you too. See you guys.
Talk soon. Brandon Marcelo, CBS Sports, college football. Great job. Hey, by the way, if you're looking for a place to watch the British Open this weekend, no better place than Walk-Ons. More than 60 TVs, great food. There's not a better sports bar environment. Great restaurant, though, as well. Walk-Ons, where every day feels like game day.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
We never thought much about power outages until we had one during the worst possible time. As a busy mom, there are plenty of challenges in a day. But with Paschal, power outages don't have to be one of them. A whole home generator installed by the pros at Paschal gave me back my peace of mind. The process was easy and understandable. Now, I don't have to worry about losing power when storms arrive. Get a free estimate today and keep the power on with a whole home generator from Paschal. Professional people, professional service. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, if you're struggling to get your Social Security disability, or you're buried in debt thinking about bankruptcy, don't wait. You need a legal team that knows how to fight for Arkansans.
That's why you can trust Cadell Reynolds. Bill Reynolds and his team know how to get results when it matters most. Whether it's personal injury, disability, or bankruptcy, they've got your back.
Dial 866-314-3728 or visit CadellReynolds.com today.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Summer storms and heavy rains can sneak up fast, so make sure your gutters are ready to handle it all. Hog Trough Gutters, locally owned and operated with 30 years of experience, installs seamless gutters made on site to protect your home. They're fully licensed and insured. Every job is hydro-tested, and each one comes with a 20-year warranty. Proudly serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And if you're outside those areas, just give them a call or a text. Schedule your free inspection today at hoggutters.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, we got a lot of wonderful partners on the Chuck and Bo Show, and I was going through the list here. I mean, a lot of it has to do with your home. I mean, we talk about Weichert and the buying and selling of homes. We talk about Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, about, whole home comfort and how they can save you money and give you peace of mind. Well, Hogcroft Gutters sure falls into that category as well. They're a local company like a lot of these others we talk about. They've been doing it right for 30 years. Fully licensed Arkansas contractors, fully insured. Every job comes with a 20-year warranty. Don't pay up front. If you got to have work done, make sure that you deal with a reputable company. They're going to do the work on site. You can watch them if you want. Seamless gutters, trenching, French drains, all done right the first time. Visit Hog Trough Gutters. That's Hog Gutters. Leave out the trough on the internet address. Hoggutters.com.
Yeah, just take a picture.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Dealing with this, and they can tell you what's up. Also, First Security Bank's in on the home business. If you
They are.
know, you call them. Hey, tomorrow, how are we handling the British Open? We will be
going live.
Mid-British Open, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do?
We're gonna have a live updates in the situation room.
We're just gonna put it on the TV
room.
right behind you guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of British accent,
that'd be great.
Probably
the whole
not.
feel.
Probably won't do that.
I don't know. Today's show was really good. Thanks to your Egg McMuffin.
I don't know if that was the reason.
Did we meet your expectation today?
What-
The satisfaction?
What kind of breakfast you bringing tomorrow, Bart?
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. What is the British Open breakfast?
We get kolaches tomorrow.
Bangers
we get
and
something
mash.
better.
Bangers and mash.
All right, here we
Fish
go.
and chips.
Fish and chips at 6.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm out on that. At 6 in the morning, I'm out.
Are we doing
on that.
reverse
Live a
happy
little.
hour? Are we doing reverse happy hour from 4 to 6 a.m. tomorrow for the British Open?
I'll be having a mimosa. I don't know about you guys.
Why not? Why, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. I want to thank Teamwork Roofing for bringing you today's show. Built on quality, powered by teamwork. If you need a roof done, they can do it for you. Doesn't matter whether it's business or residential, just good people. Go to their Facebook page and check out the work they do. Chuck, we're going to come back and try to do it again tomorrow. I think.
Okay. We live to fight another day.
Have a wild and woolly Wednesday.
Why deal with the stress of commercial travel when you can fly on your schedule with Jet Aircraft? No TSA lines, no baggage claim, no waiting around. Just you and your crew flying in comfort and style. Whether it's a weekend getaway, a golf trip, or planning your football travel for the fall, Jet makes it easy. Seats up to 9 with a full bar, custom catering, and plenty of space. Visit Jet NWA for pricing and more. That's Jet with 2 T's.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can